Sessions with Kat. We're here. And we're going to paint. Because, one, I don't feel like being on camera today. And two, I just want to live my extra life and YouTube won't let me be great. So, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I can see if you're in the chat. So, kind of bear with me because I'm going to be... Hi, Russell. So, I can see the chat. Hopefully. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Kim. Thank you for joining us. So, I'm going to do these one at a time. So, I'm going to paint some auras today. So, if you're here, hi, Oriana. Hi. So, first person to say something was Russell. So, your aura gets painted first. Now, I'm going to try to paint everybody who shows up. I'm going to try anyway. And I just want to say this because I know we're about to be talking about grief and we will get into it. Don't get it twisted. We will get into it. But if you see in the course of me painting that I paint something that's gray or black, it's because that is what I picked up in the color of your soul. Like there's a stain there and we have to work through it, okay? So the goal with these soul aura paintings is to kind of, you know, show you where you need to heal. And Spirit will let me know what that area is or what chakra it's tied to. I'm not going to be doing like personal readings or like live readings like that, only just with the soul painting, the soul aura painting. So bear with me. Bear with me. So welcome. Y'all doing good? Y'all staying hydrated? Y'all feeling good? Y'all, you know, living y'all best life? Let me know. I want to know. Are y'all doing good? Kimberly said we relaxing today. Psh, bet. I want to relax. I really do. I really do. How about everybody else? Y'all good? I'm just laying down some white and black paints right now. So, it's a long time coming. I understand that. I do. I understand that loud and clear. Loud and clear. Loud and clear. So, I'm glad you good, Oriana. I don't know about me. I've been having these random aches and pains and I'm just not in the mood for it. Just gonna put it out there. But I'm good. I'm good. I just don't like the aches and pains. I'm gonna just say that. I don't like the aches and pains. So, hopefully you guys will be able to see this on camera. The paints that I'm using have, like they're metallic. And that's because your aura is kind of like both the outside aura, you know, the one that the 7 colored chakra ones. So that's your normal auric field. And the soul have like this omnipresent type of energy there. And it's kind of shimmery. So you might see that on the camera. So if you do, just embrace it. Embrace it, embrace it, embrace it. What's your body trying to tell you? Child, I don't know that I'm done being human because that's how I feel. Honestly, it's telling me my root chakra needs some assistance and I've been working on that. I have been working on that. So let's get into this. So this week, this week. We're on anger. So, how many of you actually have watched the past 2 videos, the past 2 lives? And if you have, did you do the homework? Did you do the homework? Because that's always the thing. Did you do the homework? All right, I see that Kim did the homework. Now understand, y'all, I'm trying to paint something that normally is moving. So you're going to see Russell did the homework. Did anybody else do the homework? Alright, so this week we're talking about anger. And this literally is the diary of a mad person, the diary of a pissed off, upset, you name it type of person. Right? Here in this phase, this is that first round of the aftermath. After things kind of slow down, right? If you lost a person, this is after the funeral. Okay? Week 1 was literally right before the funeral, right? That's when it actually happened, right? Russell, I know you're probably looking at this like, why is there this big black spot? This is a money line. That's what your guides told me. This is a money line. It's healing, but it's not where it needs to be. Somehow you keep slipping backwards because it goes from really dark to gray and then it goes into the color. So I'm a little worried about that money line of yours, sir. So you might want to get it together. But week 1 was when the event occurred, right? Week 2 is the funeral, right? So if you lost a person, because that's kind of what I'm equating it to at this point. If you lost a person, week 2 is the funeral, right? Because you're getting ready to get hit with that wake-up call of what actually took place. That's essentially what's happening there. You're about to get that wake-up call of, here we go. This person's no longer here, or this thing is no longer occurring. I hope that made sense. So that's weeks 1 and 2. Week 3 this is the aftermath. This is the first round after the funeral. After the funeral has taken place, right? And you're over here like, what the fuck actually happened, right? You're over here trying to figure out. Y'all, I promise that's the paint. I promise you that's the paint. You're over here trying to figure out, like, what am I supposed to do now? Right? And you're holding tighter to your memories. You're holding tighter to those things, those intangible things that you wish were tangible once more. So this is the first stage of holding tighter. Russell, this is in the root chakra, so you might want to do some work on that. That will not be Archangel Metatron. You might use a different archangel. You might need to look this up. That's your homework, sir. But this is where you start holding tighter to all the old, right? You're holding, like, trying to savor every little bit of what was. And you don't want to move on. You don't want anything to change. You're pissed that this situation even had to happen. You're pissed at how other people are not taking how you feel seriously. right? You get some people who understand what you're feeling, right? But you get a ton of people who are like, well, everybody dies, right? Or everybody loses a job every once in a while, right? And you're like, no, bitch, but this was my job, right? In the case of losing someone, because that's the easiest kind of situation that we can relate to, we we want somebody to understand our grief, right? And when no one understands, we end up just pissed. And we start holding tighter to memories, to things that belong to the person, or things that belong to, that the person may have touched, right? And we try our hardest to just hold tighter to those things. And what happens is we get this very rigid, energetic flow in our body, and we feel stiff because we're broken. At least that's how we feel. We feel broken. We feel like, oh my God, what the actual fuck, right? And this is the stage where your body hurts the most. Unfortunately, that's typically what anger does to the body. This is the stage where you might begin comfort eating because you don't want to lash out at anybody, right? But you also got to do something with these feelings. So you'll comfort eat, if that makes sense. You will comfort eat like a motherfucker, right? You will eat all the things. You will eat all the things, right? And this is the stage that most people, they don't realize what you're going through until stage 5, right? Stage 5, stage 6, right? And that's when when in stage 5 and stage 6, people be like, man, what happened? You really let yourself go. And you're like, been fucking depressed, bitch, because you still in week 3, right? You still in week 3. Your body is still hurting. You're still trying to hold on to everything, right? If you lost a job, if you lost your home, if you lost your vehicle, if you lost a friend, you are trying to hold on to all the good that was once there, if that makes sense. You're trying to hold on to the good, to the good. And it's hard. If y'all wonder what I'm doing with this white paint, why I'm not like brushing it down and why I'm caking it, uh, hopefully Russell is still here. There's like this deep root in your soul, or Russell, that is sticking out like a sore fucking thumb, but it's white. It's white, but it's blocking the flow. So somewhere in your root chakra, there's a blockage, like between your root and your sacral. It's like the energy's not moving up. So you of course, you won't be as abundant as you would like to. So my guess, this is tied to money line. You're gonna have to work that out, sir. You're gonna have to work that out. But yeah, it's so far. Does anybody have any questions? Right, you can ask questions even if it's not related to today's topic. Like as far as like anger goes, anything about grief, right? If you have any questions, go ahead and lay those out for me. But this stage, you're gonna be angry. You're gonna be pissed off. You're gonna feel deserted. You're gonna feel like, why did this person leave me here? Why did this job just let me go? I was doing so well, right? I was doing the best that I absolutely could, right? Why are people not paying attention to me? Why does nobody understand that my heart's still broken? And so now I'm angry. Now I'm fidgety, and this is where anxiety, depression, panic attacks, all of that starts coming in, because you're trying to figure out like what the actual fuck, right? You're trying to figure out what's going on. And people will take advantage of you in this moment. Well, they will try, because if you're angry enough, nobody's going to get through to you. And that's just the truth of the matter. Nobody's going to get through to you. And you're going to stop doing the things that you once loved doing. You're going to stop doing that because the person you love doing it with is not here. The job that you love doing things like this at is no longer here. Right? And now you just pissed off. Right? And if you like me, you just a mad-ass black woman. Right? Or a mad-ass woman in that case. And it's more or less just really coming to terms with why you're angry. Right? You're coming to terms with, like, you're angry because this thing occurred and nobody helped. Right? Because things were out of your control. That's really where the anger comes from. Right? Things were out of your control and you're pissed about it. You're pissed about it. Well, how long you gonna be pissed? Well, this stage could last anywhere from a few weeks to years, depending on how you navigate trauma. Right? It can last that long. Depends on the person, really. It also depends on how long you're willing to tolerate the bullshit that you're putting yourself through. I hope that makes sense. I really hope that made sense. Now, before I continue with this whole grief thing, it seems like Russell might not be here because I think he said he got called to work or something like that. This blurb, we got to work that out, sir, because I can't blend it. They keep telling me not to blend it because you're not actively working on it, so I'm gonna need you to work that out. So I'm gonna move yours aside because I got questions and I will ask them later. So that's how I'm gonna treat that. But so I'm gonna move this aside, and then the next person in would be Kim, Miss Kim. Let me put that in. Okay. Now, with anger comes a lot of regret, a lot of shoulda, coulda, woulda, I wish I could have, a lot of, if I could just talk to this person one more time, if I could just see this person one more time, if I could just be at this job one more day, I could have showed them just how great I was, just how much I actually, offered for this organization or this club or what have you, right? It would have been great to do that, right? But because you can't do that, now you're just upset. You're upset, you're pissed off, you're grieving, and nobody understands. That's the hard part. Well, at least we think nobody understands, right? We think nobody understands what we're going through, so we kind of put ourselves in this bubble. This is where that lovely little grief comfort zone comes in. It's great. It's wonderful. At least we think it is, right? But it's not. If you would like your soul aura painting, send me a message outside of this YouTube and let me know, because I would gladly send it to you. Cause I don't need it. It's your aura. But that's the beauty of it, right? That's the beauty of anger. It does teach us a lot if we're willing to learn, right? If we're willing to learn. But a lot of times in this stage, we are not willing to learn. We're not willing to grow. And I'm going to tell you right now from experience, I was not willing to grow. I wasn't willing to learn shit. That's part of the reason why I was still stuck in such a dark, heavy space, right? Because I didn't want to learn. I didn't want to grow. I didn't want to let go. I didn't want to let go, right? Kim, if you're still here, this is gold. There's gold in here. Just so you know, your guide told me that there's supposed to be gold in the purple, so I'm putting gold in the purple. I'm listening. But, you know, that's what anger would do to us. That's what anger will do to us, right? And then think about it, though. You're going to get angry at every little thing moving forward, unfortunately, right? You're going to get angry at every little thing going forward, mainly because your feathers are ruffled, right? If you've lost a person, right, and this was one of your favorite people, right, your feathers are going to be ruffled. You're going to be, it's just a fact. Everything's going to piss you off. Everybody's going to get on your last motherfucking nerves. I'm not going to lie to you. That's literally what's going to happen, right? Kim, you and I talked about these little black spots I'm putting in here, so you are currently working on it, so I don't have any questions for you. But, side note, I know, I told y'all I was going to tell y'all about your aura. There's gaps. I can't fill this in. There's gaps. So as you're releasing these things, make sure you're filling it with the right energy. But I can't fill these up. I'm just supposed to show you where there's gaps being created with the healing work that you're doing. So keep that in mind while you're dealing with the anger. Now, what are some things you can do to heal from this step, this stage, right? Boxing, working out, any type of movement that releases the pent up energy, because again, your body is about to get rigid. Your body is about to be full blown rigid. And good luck, because a lot of times we don't realize just how rigid we become until we try to do an exercise and we can't move. So you got to pay attention to your body, but you're not going to be paying attention if you in this stage. You're not going to be paying attention if you're in this stage. What you're going to be doing is trying to find a way to kind of navigate it without doing any work, any hard work. Let me say it that way. You will try your hardest to try to navigate it without doing any hard work, because your body can't move too much. And here is where you'll gain all that weight. You'll gain depression, that's for sure. PTSD, anything like that. You will start to gain that kind of thing. And it is part of being mindful, right? It's a part of being mindful of what's going on around you. So what could you practice during this time other than being active? I won't say that it's a whole lot of work. Those gaps are from where you're cutting cords, right? And when it releases, it's just kind of leaving open space. So it's filling it in with light energy. I really hope that made sense. That's how your guide put it. It's filling, like once you remove the rest of these little black cords here, these little dark spots, you're filling this in with this healing energy, which is that turquoise color. So it's like, in order for them to fill it in without it looking muddy, you have to remove the rest of that. I hope that makes sense. So Practicing mindfulness is not just about sitting there quietly. It really isn't. I promise you. I can sit there quietly, but not everybody's mind shuts off that way. Mine's does, which I'm grateful for, but that took years of practice, right? That took years of practice. Uh, it might be studying a particular type of teaching, like Taoism or Taoism, however you pronounce it. For some people, they'll look into like Buddhist type of teachings, that kind of thing. Is paying attention to that. You can, because it gives you structure and it gives you a way to apply logic to what you're feeling. I really hope that made sense. Uh, it gives you a way to like truly like mentally understand what it is that's going on for yourself. Kim, this is all root area. This right here, it's all root. Yours goes this way. If you want, this is root sacral. It's mainly root, but this is root sacral. So you can study different teachings. You can write. Writing is going to be heavy because a lot of times that's a good way to get the anger out verbally, like in words, I should say, like written communication, so on and so forth. You can do it that way. You can totally do it that way. Eating the right foods that will kind of give you the right type of vibe, right type of energy. Well, I mean, you know what? I mean, and then like if you're wondering what chakra this is your solar plexus. Not you, Kim, but like this week we're talking about, this is the solar plexus. We're going through each of the fucking chakras. Because why? Because that is how it fucking works a lot of the time. Alright, I got that little spot to fill in. And then I'll be done with yours. Okay. So you can do that. So you want to, the color yellow is going to be your thing for this stage, right? Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Kim. The color yellow is good for the anger stage, but it depends on the type of yellow because you don't want this chakra overstimulated, right? So you don't want anything too bright, but you also don't want it too dull either. So just kind of keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So the color yellow, so you can wear it, you can eat it, carry it in your wallet, anything like that. That will kind of help provide some healing for that chakra. The other thing too is you might have to cut cords, but guess what? You ain't ready to do that in this particular stage. You want to hold on as long as you can. You want to hold on as long as you can because you want to feel, you still want to feel connected to the person, place, or thing. All right, Kim, yours is done. So I'm going to set it aside, and then if Miss Oriana is still here, I'm moving to her. And I hope you like yours, because I'm going to like yours. I think I'm going to like it more than you might. Oh, okay, good, you're here. So what does that do for the people around you? What does that do for, you, right? What is that anger going to do for you? Not much, truth be told. It ain't going to do nothing but piss you off. It ain't going to do nothing but make you feel some type of way about living. And that's the God's honest truth, right? You're going to be so fed up with life because, dang, your favorite person who understood you is gone, right? Your favorite job is gone. You don't have anything to work towards, right? Your home is gone. You don't have anything to live for, right? That's where you're going to be at. That's where you're going to be at. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. Now, Oriana, you about to be shocked by these colors, but understand this is what I see when I look at you. So you ain't got no choice but to like it. I'm gonna just say it that way. You got no choice but to like it. But is this where counseling is helpful? Yes. But the thing is, though, you're not gonna realize you need it. That's the kicker. You're not gonna realize you need counseling at this stage. Nobody's gonna tell you. Nobody's gonna tell you, oh, you love it already, and I ain't even painting nothing, Oriana. But Kim, you're not gonna want to do counseling because you feel like you have every right to be pissed the fuck off. You feel like you have every right to be angry, upset, just mad at the whole fucking world. Right? You're gonna feel that way. You're coming right from the tube, Oriana. Right from the tube. But you're gonna be pissed. Will counseling help? Yeah, it's gonna help every stage of the way. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, so when David died, I decided that I needed grief counseling. That was I felt like it was gonna be helpful, right? And truthfully, it is. I can't thank my therapist enough for what she has done for me, if that makes sense. I can't thank her enough for helping to change the headlights out for me, because sweet Jesus, it wasn't working. It wasn't working. Let me tell you, I couldn't see shit. But it was helpful because I was just tired. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was tired of living because all my favorite people were now gone. All of them, right? First person I ever lost was my son, right? My great aunt, my dad. Well, I lost my dad first. My great aunt, my little brother, and I think, Kim, you know about that because on his birthday, I was there at your little shop in Howell, Michigan doing readings. And I was just like, I was doing it for him because I honestly didn't. I had to keep going. He would have wanted me to keep going. So I fucking kept going, right? And it was one of those things where when he died, I almost gave up reading, right? I almost gave up reading. I almost gave up doing energy work. Well, thank you, Kim. Because my ass almost did not show up. Oriana, these lines mean something. You're, it looks like a, they're showing cards. I'm assuming this is from a tarot deck. I'm assuming these are rods or like the wands of a tarot deck. But they keep saying like you're protected. I don't know why you think you're not. This is a whole whatever you're working on, and I believe I know what you're working on. because I know you and I have talked. This is your whole team protecting you from the bullshit that's sitting over here. So all the changes you're making to do better, to be better, they about to stick. And they just letting you know that they here. I like this for they're protecting the hell out of your soul, and I love it. I'm here for it. I am here for it. And hopefully you feel this way. I really hope that you feel this way. This is like a goldish green. So green and gold. Think green and gold. But they're showing a tarot deck, and I think it's the one that the last one that you had showed me when you were at my office, and I don't know who made that deck, but like this, they keep pointing to that deck. They keep showing cards from that deck, so I'm assuming you need to pull that one out. But that's what that is. That's what that is. But counseling works, right? Having a strong connection to, like having a strong like support group, let me say it that way, a stronger support group, that's helpful. Because I know when David died, Kim, you were there, which you don't know how much I appreciated you, lady, because I didn't know who was going to fucking show up for me. I'm not going to lie to you. I had no clue who was going to show up for me. I just thought that I was going to have to walk it alone, okay? And like with my current job that I'm walking away from, right? I don't like to quit. Perfect, Oriana. Please send it to me because I want to know. I literally did not want to quit, but my body was telling me like, bitch, we had enough. And I'm like, all right, we had enough. So you know what I did? I put in well, it was less than 2 weeks notice, but I put in my notice. And it was just crazy how when I did that, my manager didn't even flinch. She didn't even fucking flinch. And she was like, I should have known this was coming. Yeah, bitch, you should have. Because you fucking lied in the interview, right? And don't get it twisted. It's not that I can't handle like a high-paced environment or anything like that. That wasn't the case. I leave because the people were shitty. You ain't about to have me staying where I don't feel good. You definitely not about to do that. You also not about to have me staying where my soul feels attacked constantly. Bet that. We're not doing that. Or Oriana, one of your, I don't know if this is a guide or an ancestor, but the colors I'm about to put down, somehow you might incorporate this, because what are words, Catrice? Get it together. You're going to incorporate these colors into a logo. So I will take a picture of each of these and send it to you. Because, I mean, I'm about to put, like, some neon pink on your shit. Like, they keep saying you're going to use these colors. I don't know if you were thinking about it, but that's what they're saying. So that's where we're going. That's where we're going. So there's some purple. This is pink. And I'm hoping, you know, all these colors make sense for you. I'm hoping anyway. I done forgot where I was, and Spirit was like, yeah, you just tell people to get help. And I'm like, yeah, they can get help, right? Having a good support system is always a blast. Ha, that makes, okay, I'm here for it. I'll take it. I will take it. Sorry, y'all, I was looking at the comments when Oriana started talking. But So yeah, like, you know, anger is gonna do some shit like that to you, right? Anger is gonna do that to you. But I think it's a matter of, you know, how long you wish to stay there. If that makes sense. But I didn't want to be angry for like ever. So I just decided um to get help with it. I decided to get support. Now, not everybody's aura, soul aura has, you know, black or gray spots in it. Oriana, yours are that way. So it's not going to show up on this little thing because this whole team right here has had enough of whatever that bullshit was. I hope that made sense. And so instead of it showing up here on your board, it's this way because you already started the healing work for it. And yours wasn't necessarily like multiple chords. It's more of like one big ass root. I really hope that that made sense. And whatever you are working on for your soul, like it is fall timing. Yeah, you're gonna get angry. You're gonna get angry, especially as your memories creep up on you. You're gonna get angry. Without a fucking doubt, you're gonna get angry. Okay? I still get angry. I'm gonna always get angry because we gonna feel some type of way about what we went through, right? We gonna feel some type of way about it. And truthfully, I want y'all to, you know, to tell me, like, do you feel like you're still in this stage, right? This is the fresh stage. Does it still feel fresh? Um, Oriana, this is all fall timing. This is all fall timing. So if you trying to like make something happen by like September, October, that's what this is. These are leaves, but they're like brightly colored leaves from whatever your tree is. But these people right here is like, no, they need to be bright. She need to be seen. That's what I heard. And I keep hearing live out loud. Like it's okay to be seen, right? So just kind of keep that in mind. But with anger, with this, please, 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 I want you all right now, whoever here, okay, take a deep breath and pull it up. Backwards, I tell myself enough, move forward. Yeah, you can pull yourself out of it, but like you're not fresh in this stage, right? If you can move forward from it, you're not fresh in this stage. If that makes sense. You're going to continuously experience this stage because you're human, right? We're human and we get those sort of things, right? We're going to feel those sort of things. We're gonna feel all the things, right? Oriana, I'm hearing the word brazen. That's where these colors are coming in, like over here. I don't remember which card that is in the deck, but I know that is one of the cards in the, what is it, the African Goddess Rising deck. I'm looking at it from over here. I can see it. It's brazen. I think it's in like the 30s or something like that. But there's a lot of color and it keeps saying you better live out loud because we told you to, because you can, right? Now, Moving Oriana's out the way. I'm gonna paint my own because I can see it. Because ain't nobody else commenting in the chat, so I'm gonna paint my own. I want y'all to understand something. As you breathe out, as you're taking these deep breaths and you're breathing out, it's okay to still hurt a little. It's okay. It's okay to feel what you feel. It's okay to cry. It's okay to let them emotions out because you know what, you fucking deserve to let them out, right? It's okay to breathe in and breathe out before you snap on a motherfucker, okay? It is totally fine to do all of those things. It is totally fine to do all of that, right? It is totally fine, right? I'm not perfect, and I will never, ever fucking claim to be, and I promise you all that. I will never claim to be perfect. Never. And healing is not perfect. It hurts like a bitch, right? Because there's this human side of us that wants to just snap, right? But the spiritual side of us is like, we can't snap though, right? We can't snap because we'll go to jail, right? We'll end up going to jail for some shit that we didn't really need to go to jail for because our anger is justified, right? What we feel is justified. But is it though? Is it justified? I wouldn't say that it's justified. I would say that I would say that you have every right to your emotions. You have every right to feel what you feel, but you don't have a right to break your own power to continue feeling it. Because the longer you sit in that anger is the longer that you're taking away from your energy. So the longer you're taking away from, being determined to succeed, to fulfill whatever dream goal you have, right? So what if you lost that fucking job? Guess what? That means there's something better, right? That means there's something better. That means there's something greater out there. And I apologize for my hand being all up in the screen, but it's just the angle I had to go at. I want y'all to pay attention to that. So when you breathing in and breathing out, pay attention to where you're releasing it from, right? If you're releasing it at the crown, connect with your guides, right? If you're releasing it at the root, connect with your ancestors. If you're releasing it from the heart, the two need to work together. And that's just the way that's just the way it is, right? Because the heart is where, body and spirit meet. That's the middle chakra there. That's why it's so important to make sure that that is intact, right? It's very important to make sure that that one's intact. Because if it ain't, then you're gonna run into some issues, right? And yes, Kim, it does suck. The whole fucking journey sucks. Because we be over here trying to figure out why the hell we even need to go through it, especially as the light workers and healers in our own regard. Why do we have to go through this, right? Why do we have to know suffering? This is everything you're going to be angry about at that time. This is everything you're going to be angry about. Right, but we shouldn't, we're going to feel like, why do we have to keep learning lessons, right? Well, until you learn to stop repeating the fucking lesson, you're going to always learn these lessons. Always learn these lessons. Always learn these lessons. But the beauty of this stage is this. It gets better. And subconsciously you know it does. It's just you gotta go through it, right? You gotta go through it. You gotta go through it. So what are y'all gonna do? Right? Here's your homework. Because I love giving out fucking homework. It's the sage in me. It's the teacher in me. Here's your homework. For those of you who I painted your soul aura colors, right? Now, just so y'all know, these colors don't change. Your auric field, the one that's tied to the chakras, that one shifts, okay? Okay? These colors do not change. The black goes away. The black grayish areas, those go away. The colors that I used stay the same. Just so you guys know. Those colors will stay the same. And I hope that made sense. If it didn't make sense, let me know in the comments. But that's what that is. Okay. Now, I told you I was painting my aura. Right? And I'm not gonna lie to myself. My heart needs work. When I look at myself in the mirror and I look at my own soul, my heart needs work. So I'm gonna leave y'all with this little tidbit before I, end the live. I'm gonna be honest. Okay? I was born with a heart condition. It didn't really show itself until early 20s. That's when it started showing itself. And when it decided to show itself, it showed all the way out. And I couldn't have caffeine or anything like that. Right? I couldn't have anything that would trigger my chest cavity to be on fire. I couldn't have anything like that. And stress would trigger a stroke. So, when I realized that, and I don't know if you've ever met me in person, everybody always wonder, like, how the hell do I stay calm under pressure? I don't want to stroke. I don't want to stroke. I've had a number of strokes. Okay? And at this current job that I'm at, I had another stroke. Now, I was grateful that I felt it coming on and I knew exactly what to do and where to go, but I ended up having a stress stroke. So I added that to the fucking list, right? And I realized, I'm going to keep having these strokes until I figure out really what the fuck is going on with me. Till I really figure out what it is. And you want to know what that is? Truthfully and honestly, if I'm being honest with myself, I have a broken heart. All my favorite people have passed. All my favorite people have passed. All of the ones that I considered family, best friends, for David and I, it was actually a common law marriage. That's how it was set up. That's how the state of Michigan looked at it. Because there was 10 years of us, right? I lost my dog. lost a lot. And I'm trying not to build a brick wall. I'm always going to be in the angry stage, but I'm going to grow, but I'm always going to be in the angry stage because I am a person that values family, loyalty, that kind of thing. And not to blame the person who died or blame the things that had to end or even blame myself. I just feel like there's some loyalty missing there, right? But in this journey, you have to drop your pride. You gotta let that little ego go. And you're gonna be pissed about it. You're gonna be angry about it. You're gonna wanna fight everybody about it, right? But you also don't want backlash. The part about the backlash, you don't have control over that. You only have control over what you decide to do. And what I want you guys to do is really take a look at what's angering you. Lay it out on the table. If you need counseling, go get that. If you need to see me, come see me. That's fine too, right? Because I'm here for that. That's what I do, right? If you got cards, use them. If you got crystals, use them. Whatever, right? Any yellow crystal will help with the anger stage, but it's got to be the right shade to match where you are, okay? Because where you're trying to get to. Let me say it that way. But I've held anger for years. I never fully grieved my father dying. I never fully grieved my little brother, my aunt, my own children, right? All my favorite people, I never grieved their death until now. Until David died. I never grieved leaving a job because I was just so grateful to be able to walk away from it, right? Until now. Everything rushed at me at once. That's what happens in this stage. And then you become so rigid. You get aches and pains everywhere. You're stiff. You're not as limber as you used to be. You gain weight. And seriously, in this stage, you're gaining weight. Not losing, you're gaining weight because you really don't want to do shit. You don't want to do nothing, right? And you're trying to find peace of mind. You're trying to find, just something to get the anger to subside so you don't go post on nobody. And that's the God's honest truth. That's what you're trying to do, right? But I can tell you from experience, regardless if it's losing a job, losing your best friend, losing your home, because I've done that too, right? I've been homeless, right? It gets better. If I can teach y'all anything in this stage, in this level, it's week 3 here, anger, the anger subsides. But only if you want it to. And I want it to. I want it to subside. I want it to not be so heavy. Right? And that's going to take number 1, stop comparing everything to what you had. Because what you had is no more. You got to stop comparing everything to what you had because what you had is no more, right? You're now creating a new normal, if that makes sense. You are now creating a new normal. And I had to learn that quick, especially to be happy, to enjoy happiness again. Because really, truly, I am a happy person inside, but I'm grieving. And you're always going to be grieving something. If I'm honest, like you're always going to be grieving something, right? It's just a matter of can you apply the lessons you learned from previous grievances to the situation in which you're in, right? That's the kicker. So, breath work. is your homework. I do breathing in to the count of 7, hold for 4, and release to the count of 7 if possible. 5 if you can't hold your breath that long. So if you're a smoker or something like that, sometimes you can't hold your breath that long. 5 to 7. So it's going to be 7, 4, 7. And you slowly breathe in, hold it for 4 seconds, and then begin the release. And then hold for 3 seconds. Hold that release for 3 seconds, meaning take a pause before you take the next in-breath, right? Because if you're new to it, it's going to feel like you're out of breath. So I want you guys to feel like you're in alignment with your body. Okay? Now, any questions? Any questions? Whatever your questions may be, any questions? And I'll just say this, for the aura paintings, I normally do them on 8x10 because I'm using my phone to record this live. I had to do the small ones, but I normally do 8x10, and it's a much bigger, prettier picture. And it's got a nice little top coat on it as well, so it's durable. It can ship and all of that stuff. So I normally do 8x10s for the aura, the soul aura paintings. Okay, so Oriana doesn't have any questions. Does anybody else have questions? You don't owe me anything. I decided to do it myself, Kimberly. You don't owe me anything. I will ship it myself to you. If you would like me to ship it to you. I understood what you meant, Kim. If you want me to ship it to you, just send me a message with your address and I will gladly ship it to you. You don't owe me anything for it because these are very, very small. This is not my standard size. If you want the bigger size, meaning the kind that'll fit on your wall, then we could talk price. But this is just a small one for you to have, you know, like a personal one, like if you can carry it in your bag or something, just something to reference. So with that being said, because I don't see any questions, stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Grief, no matter what form it's coming in, will dehydrate you. So stay hydrated. Make sure you're eating right foods for the body. So I like to call it the rainbow diet. Okay, you eat for the chakras and try to, you know, stay active as you can. Get moving. That's taken some time for me because I ended up in a job where I'm sitting. And when I was working at the zoo, which, side note, I'm going back to the zoo, I was a lot more active. My diet has to change because I'm tired of being angry. I'm tired of eating in an angry way. So make sure you're eating right foods. Journal. Get crafty. Do whatever you need to do to, like, get what's sitting up in the brain out. Okay? I hope, y'all, the rest of your Sunday's good. I hope that if it's raining, you know that it is cleansing the land around you. I hope that when you go to pull your cards or your crystals or whatever, that whatever is meant for you, it is for your highest good, and you receive it with open arms. And I wish you all the brightest of blessings. Bye.